So I have a confession to make. I went out and bought a free game in a box. I know. I wasted a lot of money that I could have kept. But here's the thing. It's not the worst thing anybody's ever done. And I'm sure it's not the last time it's going to happen to me. Think of it this way. I'm saving you from the grueling experience of spending money you didn't need to spend on a game you really didn't need to buy. So technically my purchase, well, it's helping. And if you're broke and you want a good game, I will show you at the end of this video how to make this game for free, unless you figure it out for yourself by watching this. And hopefully I've taught you well enough that you are able to do that. Hello, welcome to How to Play Skip-Bo Masters, a game for 2 to 6 players. We're going to demonstrate a 3-player game, so the first thing we're going to do with our deck is give 15 cards face down to each player. So make sure you got 15. And then once that's done, we're going to go ahead and flip the first card up of each stockpile. That's what they'll be known as from here on out. Then we're going to give each player 12 coins, exactly 12 coins. So each player gets 12 coins. And these coins are the biggest separating factor in this game and regular Skip-Bo, along with some additional symbols on the cards themselves, which you'll see as this video goes along. And so now what we have, it's the same as Skip-Bo always was. Everybody's going to have 4 waste piles that they can discard cards in their turn. They'll have a stockpile they're trying to get down. Once the stockpile is completely depleted, that player has won. The first player to do that wins. Then you have communal build piles, which you're going to basically play cards from your hand, your discard pile, or your stockpile, going from 1 all the way up to 12. If you're playing the free version of this game, which is known as Spite and Malice, you'll go ace to queen, kings and jokers being wild cards just like Skip-Bo's. Skip-Bo's can be used for any card. Now the coins themselves can be used to buy a card that a player needs. If that player, if another player has that card in their stock or discard pile, you just pay that player 1 coin and you get that card. But you must have the next card in sequence, and you must play that next card in sequence. All these coin rules involve you having the next card in sequence and playing it in sequence. And I'll go over the other 2 as the game goes on. So we deal 5 cards to the first player. He plays the 1 through the Skip-Bo, plays another Skip-Bo, plays a 5. That 5 has a coin on it, so he'll have to pay 1 coin. He plays his next Skip-Bo, which also has a symbol on it. He's played all 5 cards. He gets a new hand of 5 cards, plays the 8, starts a new round, and then discards the 10 to his waste pile to signify the end of his turn. If you've ever played Skip-Bo, you pretty much know this game, so I'm not going to elaborate too much on the rules. Now, the other reason we're paying coins here is if the card has a coin symbol on it, that's a toll. If you don't want to pay that toll, you can play that card, but your turn ends immediately without a discard into one of your waste piles. Otherwise, if you want to keep going, you pay that toll by putting the coin down, and then you can continue playing cards. And so what's going to happen once we get to 12, as we just have, we're going to take all the coins out of that completed book, give 1 coin to each player in the turn order, starting with the player that cleared the pile. So some players will get more coins than others. The other thing, other way we could use these coins is if we have, let's say we need a 5 on that 4, and let's say one of the players does not have a 5, but they have the 6. They could pay 5 coins in order to skip that card and move on. So they'll have to pay whatever the face value of that coin is. If it's a 1, they can just put 1 coin down. If it's a 2, they could put 2 coins down, 3, all the way up to 12, which is why you were given 12 coins to start the game. And so that's pretty much where this game really changes the dynamic, since you can take cards out of the discard pile by buying them from the player. The player cannot refuse a sell, and you could use coins in lieu of a card, and you have certain cards that have coins on them forcing you to pay a toll. Which in this case, that 7 had 2 coins on it. It's either going to be 1 or 2 coins. There's only 1 suit of the 3rd deck that has 2 coins on it. So if you're following along at home, that means you're basically going to take your cheap deck of cards, make sure you have 3 similarly backed or same backed cards, just 3 of the same decks. Realistically, you need 4. because you're going to need 4 jokers if you want to match the game perfectly. There is 4 jokers for each deck of cards, so you'll need 4 Maverick decks. Take the 3 jokers out of one Maverick deck, put on the other, and there we just saw the use of 9 tokens being played by South in order to advance the deck. And so basically one of those suits on the 3rd deck is going to have 2 coin symbols on it. The rest of the deck is going to have 1 symbol on each card, including one of the jokers is going to have 2 symbols, and the rest of the jokers for that deck are going to have 1 coin symbol on there. So you need basically 4 jokers for each deck, and only one deck is going to have the coin symbols. The rest are blank. So if you want to play Spite and Malice Masters, basically, that's all you do. Pretty simple game to do by proxy, and just a really fun game. I think it really changes and adds depth to Skip-Bo, that you really think more about what cards you want to discard, because there is a bit more strategy involved when it comes to the coins, and this being my first attempt at it, with all the information, there was probably a lot better I could have done. So I had that 2 there. So that will end the game, and that will mean blue, the East player, has won the game because his discard pile is the first to go. And that's pretty much Skip-Bo Masters. And so if you'd actually like to play some cards in public with strangers, otherwise known as friends you haven't yet met, come to our subreddit Card Game Meetups. Post your city, post what public place you want to do this at, and what games you're looking to play. Do click under the Show More in the description to find rules, other resources, including other video channels I enjoy, and a link to a Discord channel where we talk about card games all day, every day. It's a fun place where you can meet new friends and learn about all sorts of different card games, domino and dice games. Do call up your friends and let them know that you're looking to play some cards. They might say yes, they might say no, but you never know unless you call. Sometimes you need to be the one to set things up, so give them a call. Do like, subscribe, and share these videos with other people you know are interested in card games, and do check out the current poll under our community tab, and I'll see you next video.